Welcome to today's video, where I'm going to be showing you the Smartsheet Report Builder and how you can build a report in Smartsheet. So as you can see, I've got the home interface open right now, and I must just quickly note that I am on trial. I use this platform in my daily work for my organization, but for data transparency and to ensure that no data is kind of shown here today, I'm working from a brand new trial. But I thought that would be useful. That way you can see exactly what you need to do when building from scratch. So we're in the home interface, as I say. What I'm going to quickly just do, just to show you, is just some underlying data that I've pulled together and created, just so I can run through that builder and show you really how it works. So what I've done here is I've created 3 different projects, and if I just quickly open them up, so I'm in the sheet section. These haven't been shared with anyone at the moment, they're private to me. So we've got project A, and as you'll see, it's just a very basic sheet full of data. It's very limited. I haven't gone in here and made many changes. It's actually from a template from the Solution Center. So if you did want to do this yourself, I would quickly recommend you doing that. To find these kind of templates, you just go into on the left hand side, you just go into the launcher, and then you select the Solution Center when you've got an account, and then when you open this up, this screen will load and you can just look for different kind of templates and solutions to use. It's kind of a great way to get up and running quite quickly or to test functionality, as I'm doing here today. So what I've done here is I used the Agile project with Gantt, and that basically created one project for me. And I've just simply right clicked and I've gone save as new, and I've given it a new name. So each project basically is exactly the same. It really is a sprint. It's agile project management, but it's a project that's run via sprints. And as you'll see, every single project is the same for the context of simplicity. So with that all said, I'm going to show you the report builder. Now, the way to imagine reports in Smartsheet is quite simple, really. Imagine it as a way of bringing about a lot of data into one place, and where you can kind of work with and access, real-time data across multiple sheets in a single view. That's the easiest way to imagine a report. So what it essentially enables you to do is basically, I can pull in all of the data from these 3 sheets and as I say, see them in one view. So I'm going to now create the report and just show you how the report builder works and just run through it. So to create a report, I'm going to right click. So I'm doing it in my sheet section, but you may want to do it within a workspace if you're working on an existing project. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to click report down here. Now, when you do so, you'll be asked to name the report. This can be changed at any time. I'm just going to call this report builder test, just to kind of show you. You also have 2 different options for your report. You have a row report, which is a way of representing the data, as the name suggests, in rows, or you have a sheet summary, and that kind of is a kind of more a high level view. I'm not going to show you that right now. The main one to kind of work from is the row report. That's the kind of basis of the functionality. So I'm going to hit OK, and you will see the icon next to it is for the report. So this is how you can quickly differentiate between the different types of resources in Smartsheet. So that's obviously your grid, and that's your kind of spreadsheet type file type, and then you've got the report there. So that's just one quick kind of differentiator. So I've now opened up the report, and as you'll see, it's completely blank. It's there's nothing showing at the moment because we haven't set up the report. And in order to do that, we can use the report builder functionality, which is very quick and easy to do. So there's essentially 3 different aspects to it. So you have your source sheets, and here you're basically specifying, where do you want to collect the data from? You have the columns to display. So once you've selected those sheets, what would you like to kind of bring in? And then the filter criteria is, what do you want to show? As you can imagine, you don't want to bring in everything in every sheet because that would get quite complex and quite difficult to manage. So what you can basically do is filter it down. So I'm just going to run through a quick example and set this up for you, and then we can look at kind of grouping and summarizing and sorting as well. So first and foremost, select the sheet. So as I've kind of shown you already, I've got some agile projects with Gantt. we've got the three projects there: Project A, Project B, and Project C. So I want to create a report that includes data from all of the projects. So I just select all of those here in this kind of first aspect of the builder. Now, if I wanted to just look at Project A and Project C, I would simply check against those. Or alternatively, you can always do it against one project. There's no need to do it on various sheets. You can just do it with one sheet. May not always be kind of useful. I mean, the main benefit really of a report is bringing multiple sheets together, but that doesn't mean you can't do one sheet if you didn't want. But I'm going to do, for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to use all three. I'm going to hit next. So that's that kind of aspect of the functionality done. So 1 out of 3 complete, if you like. Now you'll see that this is populated with random rows. Really, it's the sheet name and the primary column. So the primary column will be essentially the task column by default, but we can change that. Now what you'll see here is all of the options, so all of the columns we want to bring in. So let's say, in the context of this example, I want to bring in the sprint. No, actually, sorry, the start date. And the status as well. Now, as I say, the primary is that in the context of this report, it's the sprint description, and I believe the primary will always be what you have set up in the primary column of your underlying sheet, and I'll explain what that means in a moment, just for your reference when you're creating these reports yourself. So we've got the start date, we've got the status. So they're the columns I want to bring in. Next, once that's done, now filter. So what do we want to filter on? So these are the different options. It's essentially any different column you can filter on in a report. So let's say, for instance, we want to bring in only sprints. So you select sprint. That is one of, let's say it's one of sprint 1. Then all you have to do is hit apply, and you'll have all of the tasks brought in, the start date and the status of all of those tasks that fall in sprint 1 for all 3 projects. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit tricky to understand. You don't know what projects that refers to. So the next step, you could go into the group option. Now you want to group this by project, if that's an option here, or it will be sheet name in this example. So we want to sort ascending, and we want to hit OK. So here you can see all of the tasks that are in sprint 1 against each of the different projects. So that's, you can see them all here. You can see all the status side by side. As you will see, all the data is exactly the same. I simply copied and pasted those underlying sheets, so that's why the data is exactly the same. But you can do lots of different things here. You don't have to obviously filter by sprint. You could filter by status. So I know I've included that as a column, but you could only look at all completed sprints, for instance. And I'd obviously need to change some of the other aspects here. But that's just a kind of quick overview of what it can kind of do. You've got 3 sheets pulled together, and you can look at data side by side. Now, one other thing is you've got the sorting. So yeah, you can sort by other options. So if we're going to status, for instance, I can hit OK, and it's going to update if I made some changes. I'll quickly just take all of this off. So if you want to undo anything, you basically just go in and hit the cancel button. Hit OK here. So I want to hit the cancel. And this is obviously taking it all off. If you want to delete any filters, columns or sheets, look for this little 3-dot drop down, delete condition, OK. And as you'll see, the report is kind of updating in real time with those changes made. So if I take this out, and let's just get rid of all of that for now. So let's start again with 2 projects, just to quickly show you one other quick example, and then I'll quickly show you the underlying data sheet in that primary column as I was mentioning. So columns to display, I want to look at all of the notes against each of the different tasks, and I want to only look at notes where the start date is in the past. So as you'll see, it's just a matter of really looking through the options. So imagine this is the different column types, and then you basically select one of the different options here. So if it's a date column, then you'll have options such as, date specific. So is it today? Is it in the future? Is it in the past? And then or you can specify the amount of time, next couple of days, etc. So there's a lot of different options here. Okay, and yep, I'm going to save my changes here. And as you'll see, for all of the projects here, I'm going to group again by sheet name, and you'll basically see all of the tasks that have a start date in the past, and it's going to bring in the notes as a column. So here we could quickly, if you were working on this project, you could quickly see everything that maybe needs action. Why is there's no notes here? You might need a project manager to come in and explain, why is this in the past? Please add it to the notes. That's the kind of way you can use reports. So I hope this was quite useful. Before I finish up, I will quickly just show you these underlying sheets. So I mentioned that the primary column here, that's always brought in by default, by the way, in a report, that's always going to be the primary column within the underlying sheet. So in the context of this example, it's the task name. So that's why you will see all of these different tasks brought in all of my reports that I've built on this demo, because this is the primary column. And you can quickly identify the primary column by if you go into your underlying sheets, it'll always be the kind of second or first main column in the sheet. But you can also kind of see via this is actually a little bit bolded, and you'll also notice if you kind of hover over that eye there, it will say if it's the primary column. So yeah, just bear that in mind. If you wanted, for instance, the feature type to be the primary column, then you would need to kind of change that in this project settings, or kind of update it here, and then that would pull through to your report as the kind of, as I say, the primary column. So just bear that in mind. And just before I finish up, just other things to mention: you can change the name of columns within the report. So here we've got primary, so we could put here sprint name as an example. You can even I believe, so this is a relatively new feature, wasn't always possible, but now is, you can actually add information directly into a report. So to follow up with project manager on end date. So that's an example. If I hit return, that's going to come in there, but just bear in mind that that won't flow back through to the underlying sheet unless you kind of set that up. So I hope this was useful. As I say, this is the Smartsheet Report Builder in a nutshell. Very, very useful. Pull in lots of different information together into one sheet. And I hope this can help you build reports in Smartsheet for yourself. If you have any questions, please do drop a comment down below. And if this was helpful, please do hit the like button. That tells me it was of use, and I should continue making videos like this. And if it was very useful, then do subscribe. I'm going to be releasing a lot more videos like this and any other project management based videos which will help you to run your projects more successfully. So with that said, I hope you have an excellent day.